Welcome to Hedwigs Army. Hosted and produced by Josh Clayton and Trevor Feldman.
I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
Hello everybody,
If you're new to the podcast, welcome.
and if you are a returning listener, welcome back. I'm Josh.
And I'm Trevor. And this week, we're going to be going over Chapter 13, Nicholas Flamel.
Yes, we are. So make sure that you guys have brushed up on all of your Nicholas Flamel knowledge, because we have, and we will discuss it. So this week, well, I want to say this week, it's been a couple weeks. We apologize for that, but we're back. We're going to be cranking out 2 episodes today for you guys. If you haven't listened to our bonus episode, well, the one I recorded by myself, it's about Sirius Black's motorbike. Make sure to go listen to that because there's some pretty cool facts in there. And we're going to be working on for another bonus episode for you guys here real soon.
And hopefully that one's going to be a little bit bigger.
Yep, a little bit bigger, but it's probably going to be put on our Patreon. So if you like bonus content and things and supporting us podcasters and a bunch of other little perks, make sure to check us out on patreon.com/Hedwigs Army so that you can have access to all of that and help support the page, support the podcast for as little as $1 a month. That'd be great if you guys could do that. But enough sellout. I'm going to jump in here with my weekly, kind of 2-weekly, whatever you call it, Harry Potter news.
What news do we got this week?
This is probably going to be for both the podcasts because I just looked it up. So we might not have on our Chapter 14, we probably won't have any weekly podcast news.
Unless something significant comes up, and maybe we'll just post it on our Facebook page or something.
See. True. So the first thing that I thought was pretty cool, I looked up. If you are a resident in Gironde, I can't pronounce that, Gironde, 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 France, then you will be able to take part in a 2-day, very unique Harry Potter room escape, which is centered around a medieval castle, obviously around the wizarding world, created around the wizarding world, but it's an escape game, so if you're a fan of those...
which we have been playing quite a bit in the last couple of days.
Right, ironically, that was just...
Actually, after we're done with this, we're going to be playing the 3-parter,
Yes.
which is going to be a heck of a lot of fun.
So this is gonna take place on... May 25th and May 26th of 2019. So if you're going to be in or around Gironde, France,
Oh, Jesus!
on
That's the
those
week we're going to be
days,
down in
it is.
Florida.
That's the week we're going to be in Universal, so we will not be in France, but we will be celebrating Harry Potter regardless. Make sure to check that out because that sounds really cool. And if you do go there by chance, make sure to, if you could, send us a couple pictures or videos or just something, because we'd love to see that. That'd be really cool to see.
I would love to see how they do it on such a big scale. You know,
Yeah,
where they're
and
like, hey, we're going to lock you in this room. You have, let's say, like an hour to figure out how to get out.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
and
groups
it's
of 20,
in a
'cause, like,
medieval castle like Hogwarts, I would assume.
I mean, with just us, like, we've been able to do, I think, longest it took us was maybe 35, 40 minutes for one.
Right. Well, those are easier, like...
Oh, yeah, but, like, if you figure if they have, like, 20 people in a room or whatever...
Right, but believe me, I've done room escapes on the computer, because we're doing a room escapes on Amazon Alexa, but it's very limited to what you can do.
Oh, yeah.
I play them on the computer. I used to grow up playing them, and I've played them the last couple of days. I don't know why I've been in an escape room mood lately, but they can be really difficult because there's really no direction. But same with that. I've also done the Wizard's Quest in the Dells, which is very similar to room escape where you gotta go through and get clues to escape in a timely manner. It's really cool. So if you're in the Dells, make sure to check that out. All right. Moving on to our next bit of weekly news.
Ooh.
This is something that's kind of cool.
I like this.
Harry Potter is officially, well, I say Warner Bros. Are officially coming out with a Harry Potter Scrabble game. So that's really cool. Something
I
different.
like Scrabble. I just gotta get people who want to play it with me.
I'd play Harry Potter Scrabble all day long. Are you kidding me?
So how do we play this?
So yeah, it's a Harry Potter themed Scrabble game.
Themed. What do they mean by themed? Is it like?
I don't really know
Oh,
actually.
like the pieces, like because it looks like on the picture that we're seeing that like the words kind of look Harry Potterish, but like
I mean,
I'm not seeing anything that like other than like obviously Harry Potter on it.
Yeah, I don't.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Oh,
That's been yeah. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just going through. Like, I don't really know how. I think it's just Harry Potter themed. Like, it's just regular game of Scrabble. It's just got the Harry Potter logos and things like that.
Which is nice.
Is what I would assume, because I don't. I mean, in regular Scrabble, you could come up with like Wizard and Owl and things, so it's not much different. But it's Harry Potter themed, so that's cool. I'd play that. Just because it's got Harry Potter in the title.
It'd be kind of cool if it was like the Marauders map. You just like,
it might be if you take a look at it.
You have to like say, I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
Right.
And then you get to play, and maybe like the words are...
I don't know if we're that advanced yet.
That'd be cool,
right?
I mean, we have voice recognition software, so...
Right. And then, the last piece, the biggest news that everyone's been waiting for.
Oh, we were talking about,
right after, the month after we will have already left Universal, of course. Universal will be gaining a brand new attraction in the form of a ride, a roller coaster, and it is called Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. So, that, I mean, does it tell me here? It will be located in Hogsmeade, and it will... I think it says it will go through the Forbidden Forest. The new Hag ride will join other Harry Potter attractions, including it's already a Forbidden Journey. So it's gonna be a little. So I'm kind of confused kind of interested in what it doesn't really give us much information. But if you're looking at the picture here, which we'll post on our Instagram, Hedwigs Army Instagram.
Speaking of that, I got some stuff I want to talk to you after this episode.
Okay. So the Hedwigs Army Instagram. We'll post it on there, and it looks like it's going right over the Forbidden Forest. You can see the Hogwarts Castle in the background. I mean, it's going over the trees. It looks really cool, and it looks like it's all on a big motorbike, or not big, like a chain of motorbikes, like the Sirius Black Hagrid motorbike. So that's really cool.
But as if you were like at the Seven Potters or something.
Right. So we will play. As I will post that on our Instagram after this episode. So make sure to check us out on there. Alright, without further ado, I think it's about time we actually get started on this chapter. If Trevor has no more news or things to go over.
Not that I can think of. No.
If you guys haven't already, if you have access to Amazon Alexa, make sure to do the daily Harry Potter quizzes on there.
See, I feel like they're not terrible. But
no,
like,
we already found an issue. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did find that issue. Like,
we did.
There
have been reports of correct answers being listed as wrong.
Yeah.
But it's still cool just to have. And
like I think the first one was like Hagrid or something, and it was like no, and then it. Like,
I think it just didn't understand what you said because it said some other name. But like, for example, the question we got wrong was how many broomsticks are being flown during a Quidditch match, and we put 15. We said 15 because the answer is 15. Every quiz I've ever taken, the answer's been 15 because you got 7 positions per team. 2 teams, it's 14 plus the ref. The ref flies. The ref's part of the game.
Right.
It's 15. It told me we're wrong. So,
dear God, I would hate to be the ref on that Quidditch because you literally have to keep track of
700 fouls.
Oh God.
So
not only
it's
that,
not
but
perfect.
You have to see the people, and oh God.
Yeah.
Madam Hooch.
It's not perfect, but
give you props.
it's fun to do. It's a little easy. We did the NEW2, which is the hardest mode, and they were pretty easy questions. But at the very least, you can earn your house some points. So, and you get to interact in the Harry Potter setting a little bit.
Josh over here with his Gryffindor team.
Yeah, Gryffindor's in third currently, so make sure you guys join Team Gryffindor and get us some points because we got.
I wish I would show this first. I bet you it's Ravenclaw.
We don't know actually. I can look.
Nothing against you.
I can look. Probably is because y'all are some nerdy book smarts. We're too brave and daring to. See, that's the thing. We're too busy out saving the world to sit and take a quiz. Most of us. So.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the thing. Anyways, guys, like I said, that's all I got.
The last two chapters have been really not easy, but really short. But we're gearing up. So
yes, it's coming. It's
as short as these are, get ready.
It's coming, man. Because once we get through, like I said, we're gonna be recording 13 and 14 today and releasing them. But like after this, I think maybe one or two chapters are gonna be a little
when we
easy
start
going.
Getting deep into it. And
then after that, there's very limited times where they're easy chapters in the rest of the series. Maybe like the first 2-3 chapters of Chamber, and then after that, it's just intense.
We're gonna start getting into like foreshadowing.
Oh yeah, it's just.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We've had some foreshadowing, but we get into some
right.
heavy foreshadowing. In 2, 3,
yeah, the first
4.
book. I love the first book. I love Harry Potter, the whole series. I love the first book and the movie. Don't get me wrong, but I have to say, of all of them, it's a lot more to the point and just there's not a lot of background thought into it. You know. Like, not a lot of depth into it. I mean, there is, but compared to the rest of the series, it's pretty straightforward with all of its stuff. And that's what I'm learning by analyzing as I go through. I'm like, man, I know a lot of the things that we talk about, it seems like we're complaining, but literally, I'm just trying to pick things to talk about at this point, because, I'll read the whole chapter, and I have, 3 notes, because it's very, either superly overly descriptive, or, about, the Hagrid's description or description of this or that, or it's very just this happened and then this happened and then this happened and then because of this happened. You know, there's not a lot of depth. I mean, there is, but not compared to the rest of the series.
No.
So,
well, let's get started with the
let's get 11 minutes in. Let's finally get started on the chapter. All right, I'm gonna go ahead with my little synopsis summary here. So, Hermione was upset with Ron and Harry for not finding out who Nicholas Flamel was during the holidays. Quidditch practice was taking up almost all of Harry's free time, and Oliver Wood was being rough on the team. Wood delivers the bomb to the team that Snape would be refereeing in the next match. Neville shows up to the common room with his shoelaces jinxed together by Malfoy. Harry, Ron, and Hermione find out that Nicholas Flamel made the Sorcerer's Stone / Philosopher's Stone.
Depending on, where you're at.
Where you're coming from. Where you're listening from. Harry became nervous about the upcoming match, but decided that he would play regardless. The match came, and Harry knew he would be safe because Dumbledore came to the match. However, in the stands, Neville and Ron ended up fighting Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle. Harry caught the snitch in record time, though. While still reliving his victorious moment, Harry caught sight of Snape leaving the castle, and Harry followed him into the Forbidden Forest. He witnessed Snape threatening Quirrell. Harry told Ron and Hermione what he had seen and heard.
Well, let's
that's a very basic summary, but that's all it really is to it.
Oh yeah. Well, let's take it a little in depth. Because the chapter before this, we had the Mirror of Erised.
Yes.
And we ended where Dumbledore was like, "Hey, you don't want to be in front of this mirror." So he eventually convinces Harry, "Hey,
and
this
moves the mirror." And moves the
mirror.
Well,
yeah, he moves the mirror.
Convinces him, but also doesn't give him a choice.
Right, well, he convinces him not to go look for it.
Yeah.
Which is probably a good thing for Harry.
You don't want to waste away in front of it.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting to see, how and why somebody would wait. I mean, you kind of know why, but it would have been interesting to see, or hear about stories. Sorry.
That's okay.
but he had a hard time forgetting what he saw in the mirror. And then when Hermione comes back from holidays, I love how they call it holidays. Like, call it vacation, man. She's horrified that they were out late at night, but also disappointed that he, like you were saying earlier, hadn't found a single thing about Nicholas Flamel. Which surprises me. Like, you would think they would notice. Like, they would be like, oh, hey, let's keep looking at different, like, he must be famous.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's weird that they couldn't even find him.
And it's dumb that, like, not dumb, but, like, it's weird that, like, it just so happens that, like, the very key thing that they find is a chocolate frog.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it is weird,
They've been searching through, like, hundreds and hundreds of books. It's on a chocolate frog card, which is, a card. So small, but so descriptive. So she's obviously upset that they didn't find anything. Though Harry was sure he'd heard the name somewhere. Come on, right. Harry.
Yep. Get it together, Harambe.
Oh my gosh. The gang started looking again once the term started. But Harry has less time. Sorry about that. That's some wind back here. I think we have, they said 50-mile-an-hour.
Yeah,
winds.
oh my god. It's like the window's closed. It sounds like my window's wide open.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cold in the house.
Yeah, so if you guys could hear that, sorry about that.
So they're looking, but Harry has less time because, Wood is taking all effort. Like, any extra time that Harry has is solely devoted to Quidditch. Like, practice. It's insane. Like, it's almost like they're practicing for the Olympics, to be honest.
Right, yeah.
It's
basically.
I mean, if he's spending, I think they said 2 or 3 times a week for, I'm assuming, 3 or 4 hours. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually not that bad.
Well, considering, like, they have homework and stuff to do.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you do basketball in high school, though, you're like, every day you have practice, For like an hour or two. Okay. So it's not that bad, but it probably takes a toll on your body, I assume, to fly.
Because you have to fly, especially for
then again, you do just sit on a freaking broomstick, so.
I mean, you still gotta, you ride a broom for about an hour, especially if you're a guy, that hurts.
Right. Yeah, I heard, I remember hearing something about, like, having seats and something on your brooms, like, that would be a little bit
I think we do get that eventually, I think, in book 4. When they're talking about when they go to the Quidditch match, they're like, oh yeah, people.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah.
They have seats or something. Something to make it more comfortable because 3 or 4 hours, a little.
Right. And that could be nothing. So you think about Quidditch matches, they say they go on for a month. Like, yeah, you have substitutes, but like you get off, go to sleep just to get up and go right back on your broom.
Oh God, man. No, that's insane.
Hopefully they get paid well.
Hopefully. I'm assuming it's kind of like, football and stuff here in America.
Maybe. Possibly.
Where they get paid millions. Well, maybe not millions of dollars, but they get paid pretty well.
Who?
Especially Quidditch players.
Oh. I was just
like professional Quidditch
players.
Like I
say football players. I'm like, bro, they get paid literally millions of millions.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? No, yeah, probably a lot, though.
I mean, if I had to take a gander, enough to live comfortably.
I'm sure.
And afford the best brooms.
Oh, yeah, think about freaking...
Because I highly doubt that the teams themselves provide the players with the broomsticks. You're expected to go get the broomstick yourself. Kind of like... I mean, they probably have backup brooms, but they're probably terrible brooms.
They probably provide... I would assume they provide the broom, because you want your team to have the best of the best brooms so that they can compete. It's not like school Quidditch where you can get your own broom... But, like, it's just for school. It's not like it's for, But these people are paying money to, they're paying their guys money. They want them to win.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, basketball, like...
It'd be great to look up. Like, ask J.K. Rowling, I don't know if she want to answer that, because I feel like...
What?
It's like Quidditch questions. She's like, oh, my God.
Oh.
Because everybody rags on on Quidditch.
I mean, I would say it's a strong possibility that the brooms are provided. It might even say somewhere in the series, I don't remember. But I would say I would give it a 99%.
Well, we might find out in book 4 when they
Right.
When we
I'm going to say
professional.
99% that their brooms are provided.
Oh, okay.
Only because, like I said, you don't want a player that maybe is cheap or can't afford a great broom because he doesn't make as much as another guy to be held back by his broom. Like that, like basketball, they don't pay for their uniforms, but everyone wants to have the same exact uniform, obviously, things
Good
like
point.
that.
Yeah, good point.
So,
Like you said, at a practice just before their next match, which was against Hufflepuff, they find out, hey, Snape's going to be refereeing. And, of course, Harry's like, no, please, no.
right.
Everybody's just like, you can't be serious. Why is, he's going to show favor to the Hufflepuffs. Actually, the first time I read it through, I thought it was Slytherin versus Gryffindor, and I was like, that seems like a conflict of interest. I mean, it still seems like a conflict of interest, but less so, I guess. When Harry comes back because he leaves almost immediately, but Harry leaves, he comes back to the common room, and he's telling Ron and Hermione that, hey, Snape's going to be refereeing the next match.
Right.
And being the good friends that they are, Ron and Hermione suggest that Harry does something to get himself out of playing. I think Ron suggests, fake breaking your leg or something, and Hermione's like, really break your leg? Or
Yeah, no, I think it was
the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hermione might have been like, oh, maybe fake breaking your leg, and Ron's like, actually break
your leg. Which they're magic. They'll just fix it and he'll be back on the field. Don't worry. Back on the pitch.
Brings a whole new meaning to break your leg.
Yeah, break a leg. No, literally break your leg, please. Which, by the way, I have more to say about this, but I want to bring up real quick. They're so concerned that Snape is going to be in the middle of the Quidditch field, or the Quidditch pitch. Do you really think
that he would jeopardize his job?
He's gone this far. Like, when he's in the stands, if they think it's him, that's one thing, because you're anonymous in the crowd, Like, you're literally on the pitch, flying around in front of everybody. You're not gonna be able to do it anonymously, and if somebody sees you doing it, they're obviously going to break it up. Like, You're better off him refereeing the match. I mean, in terms of safety, you're better off him refereeing the match because he can't do anything if he's in the center of the eye. But in terms of the match, you don't want to referee.
We don't find this out later. But you assume a teacher can do nonverbal spells.
But they even said when you're hexing a broom, you have to maintain eye contact.
So it'd just be creepy.
Yeah, and either way, I think you would know. I think you would be able to tell,
Oh, yeah.
Think about how
Dumbledore's supposed to be there.
Right. Well, they didn't know that yet, though.
No.
But the thing, Hermione noticed, right away in the first match that something was going on with Snape and that he wasn't acting normal.
And that was when he was in the stands.
Right, and that's what, So I think you'd be able to notice. Plus, he's going to be busy flying around on a broom watching the match. Like, if he just staring at Harry the whole time, he's going to be like, what the heck?
Right, yeah.
So.
I'm actually surprised that Snape referees this, because, he doesn't seem like he's the
I got a bunch of things to say. I guess I can go off now, but go ahead first. Finish what you were saying.
He just doesn't seem like the type to like sports.
Right, and he...
Because he gives...
I have a lot to say about this, actually. Go ahead.
Well, he gives Harry... Oh, God. Why am I blanking?
What?
Harry's dad's name.
James?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Okay, we're not Harry Potter fans here.
Bless you. Wow. All right. Got a big sneeze over here. But he gives James so much crap, and James is he's the the star Quidditch player during his time at Hogwarts.
Right.
So it seems less likely that people are like, oh yeah, I want to referee a sport where I have to know 700 different fouls, which I would love to know what those fouls are.
A couple of things about that. First, it's pretty obvious he's refereeing it not because of the match. You know what I mean? I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's not just like, I dream of being a referee. Let me try this. He's doing it for another reason. And the reason is to protect Harry. Obviously, Harry thinks it's the opposite. But I think that's the biggest thing. You know, he doesn't care about actually Quidditch or refereeing.
Well, maybe it was either between Quirrell or Snape, and Snape was like, let me take over.
No, I don't. I really don't. I don't know if it mentions it specifically, but I'm pretty sure it's just to protect Harry. Because he knows Quirrell's doing it. So, if he keep a closer eye on Harry, Quirrell might not do it again. If Quirrell knows he's onto him about it, and he's right there on the field to stop it, you know?
Maybe.
But, no, I'm 100% sure that's what it is. It's not because he wants to he doesn't care about refereeing Quidditch. 100% it's because it's to protect Harry. That is definitely mentioned somewhere. But I have a lot to say. First of all, I want to say, why would they even, like, okay, I forgot what I was going to say before, but, like, why would Snape even be allowed to referee the match? Like, here's my thing.
Because of conflict of interest, right?
Well, yes, definitely that. But not only that, like, he's not a Quidditch referee. I get it if it's for safety. You can be, like, put Snape next to Quirrell. Like here's the thing. Snape is on to Quirrell. He's 100% on to Quirrell. Snape is talking with Dumbledore, so Dumbledore is now suspicious of Quirrell. Okay, you got two of probably the most powerful people at that school onto Quirrell.
One who can do an unassisted
flight. Put Snape right next to Quirrell and watch Quirrell. Quirrell's not going to do anything with Snape standing right next to him. He's not that. Right. He's not that dumb. So just put Snape right next to Quirrell. Yeah, the problem is I don't really care. I care more about Harry's safety than the match. So if it was a huge safety thing, fine. And I know that's what it is. It's not because Snape cares about refereeing. I know it's because of Harry. So regardless, you can still protect Harry with Snape in the crowd. Number two, if Dumbledore knows he's going to the match, because it could have been a last minute decision, but I feel like he went to protect Harry.
Right.
Then why do you even need, like, no one's going to do anything with Dumbledore there because they're, like, nobody's that dumb. Nobody. Not even Voldemort.
Dumbledore will immediately.
Yeah, it'll be over, and all his plans will be ruined. So,
and then Voldemort will be revealed, and
right?
We wouldn't have the rest of the series.
but now going back to the actual match, like, with those aside, you don't need Snape refereeing to protect Harry. With those aside, Snape is, what was the word you used? Because he's a Slytherin. Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
Snape is, that word. Biased.
Yeah,
there we go. He's biased. He's an impartial judge, and he also doesn't like. Madam Hooch has two jobs at the school: teach flying and ref Quidditch. That's her two jobs. If you take one of those away, you're taking away half of her point of being at the school. Plus, she's a professional. You know what I mean? You wouldn't take. You could, but you wouldn't take a basketball referee out and then replace it with a fan. You know what I mean? You'd be like, hey, do you know the rules of basketball? Forget it, whatever, come on in.
Well, it's not even a fan, it's more like a coach of another team.
Not really, because Snape never played Quidditch. He never...
No, but he is the head of Slytherin, so like...
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
it'd be
anything.
like McGonagall refereeing for...
No, but in terms of Quidditch, that doesn't mean anything. He never played Quidditch, and he never coached Quidditch. He never did anything to do with... He was just a fan of Quidditch, that's it. He's a fan of the Slytherin Quidditch team. That's really it.
But he's not a fan. He's
the lead of Slytherin, but he's not... He has nothing to do with Quidditch. Him and Quidditch do not go hand in hand. He doesn't coach Quidditch. He doesn't do anything like that.
Right, but
he's just a fan of the Quidditch Slytherin team.
Right, which makes him impartial.
No, yes, that's what I'm saying though. But it'd be like it'd be like going to the Lakers versus Bulls game and taking a Lakers fan and be like, hey, you know basketball, you've watched basketball a lot, right? You know what, our judge, he's kind of feeling sick. Can you just come in and ref the game? Our ref, can you just come in and ref the game real quick? You're like, it's okay, you're gonna call it evenly, right? I trust you, you're a good enough guy, you look like a good guy. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, because he doesn't coach the team. He probably doesn't even know all the fouls of Quidditch. He probably doesn't know Quidditch that well. He just roots for his house to win. That's really it. You know what I mean? He's never, as far as I know, he's never played Quidditch.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, Not on a professional level. So, Madam Hooch, I don't know if she did. I just looked it up one day, but she knows all stuff. Like, she's a professional in Quidditch.
Yeah.
She knows all stuff. So, for you to replace her in a actual match, like a ranked match, a school ranked match, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. It just has no meaning. Because it's not really going to help protect Harry. And, if anything, it's going to screw the Gryffindors over because Slytherin's impartial, Snape's impartial, and he also, like, anyone that knows Snape, like, the Gryffindors are in danger. Like, he's not gonna call penalties on his team unless he absolutely has to. They can blast.
This is Hufflepuff.
They are. You're right.
That's why I said it's more like he's...
Either way, they're not gonna blast Hufflepuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going... He's impartial against Gryffindor. He's not going to... The Hufflepuffs could blast Gryffindor, and he's not going to call it. Unless he absolutely has to.
Yeah.
So, it's just... Sorry, that's all I want to say for that. It just makes no sense
That's
to
that's why, like, earlier when you were
anything.
saying, like, it's like a Lakers fan, I was like, it's more like a coach from another team, because he's not the coach
Okay,
of the
no,
team
it'd be like...
against.
No, okay, it'd be like this. It'd be like, you're a Lakers fan, and you bring your Oklahoma City Thunder buddy with you.
Who the...
OKC? Okay, you bring the OKC fan with you. Buddy with you. So then they pull the OKC fan. He's not really a fan of either team, but his people are rooting for... His guy's rooting for the Lakers, so he's going to be impartial to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Fine. We'll go with that. There's my analogy for the day. Either way, Snape's impartial. It doesn't make sense to have him be a ref. He doesn't know how to be a ref 100%. He hates the Gryffindors, and he's not going to protect Harry that much more than it already is going to be done.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Like, Quirrell's going to try it again. He's not that... I mean, come on. He got away with it one time very luckily.
All right, let's get back to this.
Okay, my rant's over. Let's continue.
No. I mean, it's a good rant.
It's just so silly. It's so silly. Like, that's the thing. Sorry, real quick. One more last little thing. That's the kind of things that kind of bug me about the series. Little things like that. Things that they are added in for literally no reason. It's not like Snape saves Harry's life and they become good friends after that, or it makes a difference. It's literally...
I mean, he just happens to be at the match, and then he, like, goes after Quirrell after the fact.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean... It had nothing to do with him roughing the match. You know what I mean? He could do that regardless. I'm saying him roughing the match, besides...
Making it look suspicious.
Yeah, besides making him look more suspicious, I guess.
Which
has
is why
literally
Harry probably follows
no integrity to the storyline, the plot. It's literally such a meaningless point. And that's fine. You can have meaningless points in books. It's to add details to a book and to add inception to the book so that you think he's more guilty. But it's like you could have done a little bit more with it than that. It's just, what's the point?
Yeah, no, I get you.
You do all that and then nothing arises from it.
Right.
Okay, no. I'm done. I give up. Sorry.
So Harry gets back. He's talking to Hermione and Ron. They tell him, "Oh, break a leg." While they're talking about this, right? Neville walks. Well, no, he doesn't walk in. He stumbles in, having the leg locker curse used on him by Malfoy, because Malfoy is that kind of person. The guys are laughing. They're like, "Oh, that sucks." And Hermione feels really bad. Yeah. It probably sounds exactly like that, actually. Hermione feels pretty bad for him, so she performs the counter curse. Would have loved to have known what the counter curse was. And she frees him. And then the gang is giving Neville some confidence, saying, "Hey, you're worth 12 of Malfoy. Malfoy isn't crap. You're the real MVP." Which I really like. They give him... And we get to see this a little bit more in the I feel like that you get to see Neville kind of gain confidence here. And that kind of helps for further on in the series when we get to see him... Oh, you're looking up the...
Yeah, I'm not finding it. Sorry, go ahead.
But it's just nice to see them supporting him. Granted, Ron and Harry, kind of the douchey friends who are like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna laugh at you, but then help you." And then, Neville, out of appreciation, is like, "Oh hey, here, you want this chocolate frog?" and it just so happens to be Dumbledore's chocolate frog, right? Which
And then
Harry's like,
voila! Bing, 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 bing.
Harry's
bing.
like, wait, that's where I remember it from.
Right.
So
Light bulb. Flick.
Right,
Flick
and then
on.
he flips it over because that's what sparks his memory. He's like, oh, wait, I remember the information on Nicholas Flamel that they're needing. Actually, while we're on that subject, let me read a little bit further. Hermione figures it out that Fluffy must be guarding the Sorcerer's Stone. She actually picks out a book. Or no, on the Chocolate Frog, it says Dumbledore is particularly famous for his defeat of Dark Wizard of Grindelwald in 1945. I just wanted to point that out because the movie.
Right.
We don't get to actually. We might get to see that soon.
Uncovering 12 years of dragon's blood and his work in alchemy
with his partner
Nicholas Flamel. Nicholas Flamel.
Right. Yeah. Which
we
is
know
interesting.
about the Sorcerer's Stone.
I would love to know what the other 12 uses of dragon's blood. I think you said
oven cleaner is one of them.
Which is
that's all I got.
Super.
I think another one was released. I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead.
So
continue.
We still have 10 to figure out. So over the next few days, they're continuing to talk about the stone and what they would do with it. Harry begins to feel that Snape is following him. And that he might be reading his mind. This is this is before the match, my bad.
Spot remover is another one we know.
Interesting. So it's kind of like Bleach.
That's all we got.
It's literally like Bleach. That's interesting. So he feels like Snape is following him and that he might be reading his mind. Which is very interesting because that's kind of foreshadowing much later in the series. I believe it is book 6? Right before, spoiler alert, Dumbledore passes away. Not passes away, he gets murdered by Snape, but willingly. It's like assisted suicide. It's weird. But before that, Snape is teaching him alchemy. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Sorry, what was it?
The alchemy.
Occlumency,
Yeah.
Occlumency.
Where he can read the mind. So he's probably actually reading his mind, which is why...
No, Legilimency's reading the mind. Occlumency's fighting against it.
So Snape is reading his mind, probably.
Right. I have another note about that, but go forward with what you were going to say.
Oh, no.
Okay. Actually, it's kind of funny. I just want to point this out. I actually got real... Blah, blah, blah. I found the answer after I wrote this note down, but I just thought it'd be good to throw in here. So, this is what I originally wrote. Harry had the feeling Snape could read minds. Definite foreshadowing. Doesn't the person know when their minds are being read, though? Like in Order to the Phoenix, when Snape was teaching Harry occlumency? Or was there a simpler form that could read a person's direct thoughts without the person knowing? That's what I wrote down.
Oh, wait. Like Queenie.
Well, yeah, there was. That's the thing. There was. I don't know if it's canon. I don't know if it's straight from J.K. Rowling. I can't remember. But I remember hearing about this, but since I wrote that 2 weeks ago, that there is a like Queenie is an accomplished legilimens. So is Snape. Queenie's obviously much more accomplished.
I think she's almost like what we consider like a prodigy or
right.
She's a
very accomplished. Right. She's natural born legilimens with.
Which is crazy.
Snape's obviously very good as well. Like, obviously he can force his mind. Like, so when you read people's thoughts, you have to, like, what I was describing when they know you're in there, that's when you're diving deep into it. But you can read a person's, like, if you're an accomplished, you can read a person's
their brain's like,
top most recent thoughts without them knowing about it, which is what I discovered.
Oh, okay.
I just thought that was cool that there's different levels to it. You know, it's not all just like going inside of somebody's mind and picking apart the pieces. There's like there's like a top portion you can read the most recent thoughts easily.
Queenie and Snape have both said that, like, or I don't know if Snape has said it, but Queenie said it, like, it's not like it comes like you just automatically understand. It comes like in images almost, and you're like,
right.
have to interpret like.
Right.
implying what that means.
But you can still read them, yeah. Like, read them or see them, whatever you
So
want
Snape's
to call
probably
it.
like, that's probably why Snape hasn't gone directly to them. It's because all he's got to go on is like, they're doing research about it, but how much do they know?
Right, and also, I mean, a couple things about that. One, if they're kids, and if you were to go at them about it, it would just confirm their suspicions. Cause like, oh, why are you worried about it? You
Not
know.
wrong. Yeah.
Number two, I think it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I don't think anyone knows he can read minds, maybe, except for him and Dumbledore. Like, I don't think Quirrell and them can.
Oh, so he doesn't want to give it away.
So he doesn't want to give it away because obviously he's reading Quirrell's mind. That's how
he does use that though later. I don't think Voldemort knew about it either because he wasn't Snape
He did not
using
know
that
about
later in the series.
Yeah,
he uses it on Voldemort.
Well, yeah,
To some
Voldemort's always got his mind closed sometimes, but yeah. But no, yeah, that's the thing. Is a lot of people don't know about it because it's a good thing to have for us double agent. You know,
right? Like
good thing
the
to
Queenie,
keep
she
hidden.
kind of just flaunts it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but hers is
terrible.
different though. She can't turn hers off. He can. You know, hers is always on.
Yeah,
So
that would drive somebody mad.
Yeah.
Man.
that's why she's the
Oh,
little. You know, I don't want to say the word because she can get sad. No, Friends of Grindelwald reference there.
or why she is the way she is. ATM. In,
Right.
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, COG, cog, if you will. Anyways, yeah, so moving on a little bit. I don't want to get too deep into the COG talk. But, yeah, so, I mean, I just wanted to point that out because that was a question I had. If anyone else was curious about that, there you go. That's kind of the answer. Yeah, that one is something else. Moving on.
So now we're at the Quidditch match. Whole school shows up, including Dumbledore, which makes Harry feel a little bit safer. Honestly, I'd probably feel about the same. You know, having somebody who is the headmaster and who I assume, for all intents, like, you don't get to really see the other side of Dumbledore till much, much later. I mean, not that he's evil per se, but just you find out that like some of his intentions are.
He's not perfect.
He's got some. Got some issues.
He's not perfect. He's a human.
But for right now, like, we're just, you know, if you were 11 years old, you're looking up to the headmaster, you're like, dude's not going to lead me wrong. He's going to try to save me.
And he wouldn't. You know, I guess it's arguable, but
Right, like, he's like, yeah, you protect me because you're the headmaster. You got to protect the students.
Well, yeah, we know later on that he kind of like raised Harry as a pig for slaughter, as Snape says it.
Which like Snape's sorry.
But like at the same time, what are you really gonna do? You know?
Like Snape's reaction to that, like that's a perfect, like that's a reaction you don't expect from Snape. Snape's like, wait, what? You want me to basically raise this kid to get killed? Why? I just lost his mother, and you want me to? The only reminder I have.
I mean,
left.
I know that's a big flaw that people find on Dumbledore. But I mean, really, like, what are you gonna do? It's one person who may or may not even die. Like, I mean, yeah, you have to, but he had a good hunch. But I don't know about at the time, but he had a good hunch that Harry could survive it. But like, what are you gonna do? One guy to defeat a guy, you know, sacrifice one life to defeat another life, or let that other guy take thousands of lives. You know, sacrifice one life for thousands. It kind of is how it is. You know,
which is a messed up thing,
right? And if you think about it, okay, I don't want to. I gotta save something for the later books. Go ahead, move on.
Oh, okay. So they're in the game, and Snape's immediately he's making calls in favor of Hufflepuff until Harry dive bombs and caught the snitch in his mouth, no less, which will come into play in later books. We'll leave that for later books. People who have read the whole series will know what we're talking about.
Right.
I open at the close. All I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
It's a record-setting game. I think they say it lasted less than 5 minutes, which is impressive. Like,
right.
You mean
just
to tell
get
me
in and get out. Get in and get
5
out.
minutes in, he goes up, sees it.
Yeah, 'cause Harry's like, look, I gotta get away from Snape ASAP.
Which is really good because Snape was calling some shots.
Right.
Shots at them.
That's okay. The interesting part wasn't even the game.
Actually, after later the game, like you said, it's not the game that's so much interesting. I mean, it's interesting, but after the game, as Harry is walking by himself, he notices a cloaked figure walking very quickly towards the Forbidden Forest. Harry takes chase on his broomstick. As he nears, he overhears Snape and Quirrell talking about the dog guarding the stone. We find out that's Fluffy. And that pretty much ends the chat. I mean, he goes back to them. He goes back to Ron.
The gang, as usual, and lets him know what he heard.
Yeah.
That's basically how every chapter ends up. He goes back to Harry, Ron, and Hermione. He's like, look what I found out while I was away.
The specific thing they say, like, so you mean the stone is only safe as long as Quirrell stands up to Snape? Hermione says an alarm.
Yeah.
It'll be gone by next Tuesday, says Ron. But
Yeah.
what I forgot to mention in there is that during the match, Malfoy decides that he wants to call out Neville. And again, we get to see Neville's courage, where...
Hey, isn't that from the question of the week, too? Or question of the day?
For what?
It was Malfoy's, Okay, so, spoiler alert here. Skip out a little bit ahead if you don't want to know what today's Amazon question is. Well, oh yeah, you'll be hearing it. I am releasing this today. So if you don't want to know today, Sunday, February, 23rd?
Mm-hmm.
February 24th, 2019. Question of the Amazon Harry Potter question of the day as in skip forward. So in the question of the day, it gives a quote by Malfoy. It said like, God, what was that? I can't remember word for word, but it was like, if it says it to Neville, it goes Longbottom, if brains were as valuable as gold, you'd be as poor as Weasley or something. Basically saying you're dumb and Weasley's broke. Or Ron's broke. I think that was that, wasn't it? Let's take it from there. Anyways, while Trevor's looking real fast, basically, Ron gets tired of it and starts pounding on Malfoy.
Longbottom, if brains were gold, you'd be poorer than Weasley. And
Yeah,
that's saying something.
And there we go. Yeah, that was so cool. That was this week. That's awesome, actually, that happened that way.
And of course, Neville takes incredible, he's like, excuse me, what?
I'm two of you, Malfoy.
Oh, no, he says,
Doesn't he?
Or Ron's like, I'm warning you, Malfoy, one more word. And then, obviously Harry goes and streaks down to the ground. You're in luck, Weasley. Potter's obviously spotted some money on the ground. And Ron
decks him in the face.
Takes offense. Just starts just wailing at him.
I think Crabbe and Goyle jump in. I think they said...
Neville hesitates.
I think they said Ron had like a black eye or something.
Yeah.
And Neville got knocked out.
But hey, they stood up for themselves,
Yeah, good job. Hey.
I mean, we're not condoning violence by any means.
No. Definitely not condoning violence, but stand up to the bully. I mean, there are other ways to do it, but...
Like Neville says, I'm worth 12 of you.
Yeah.
Fighting
isn't the answer, but, I mean, at the same time, like...
Like, when you're like Neville and you stand up for yourself, you say, I'm worth 12 of you.
Sometimes you just gotta take matters in your own.
Boost your own confidence.
Right. But definitely don't fight if you can avoid it. Mainly because look at them. Like, yeah, great, they fought and they stood up for themselves, but Neville got knocked out and Ron got a black eye. Where did you really get from that? Or you got later in the series when George and Harry attack Malfoy and both get, in Book 5, and both get banned from Quidditch. So, it's just never the answer. There's our, feel-good of the day.
That's basically chapter 13.
That is. I got a couple notes. I just want to kind of wait till the end to go over because they're all kind of three things. Very end of the chapter, Harry learns about the Sorcerer's Stone and Nicholas Flamel from Snape. So it's just kind of funny. It's like they spend how many chapters searching for Nicholas Flamel and the Sorcerer's Stone, in the library and whatnot. And literally, within a chapter, not only do they finally figure out who Nicholas Flamel is, and I think they find out the Sorcerer's Stone, right? Yeah, because Hermione's like, I got the book. I checked it out ages ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they find out about Nicholas Flamel and the Sorcerer's Stone. Literally, at the end of the chapter, their suspicions are confirmed by Snape. Had they never gotten that chocolate frog, it was only a very small matter of time before they found out anyways. Because Harry would have found out from following Snape here.
Well, I think
So,
it's more
I
like
thought
they
that was-
found out, but they weren't sure. I mean, they assumed they were pretty
Well,
on
yeah,
point,
but that's what I'm saying. Is
but Snape literally confirmed.
that's what I'm saying. Immediately after finding out themselves, they find out about it.
Yeah,
Confirms her. So if they never even found out about it from themselves, they would have found out about it here. It's just kind of funny, like how it works out that way. I just thought that was interesting to note. Also, at some point throughout the the chapter, through Snape and Quirrell's discussion at the end of the chapter, I think Snape asks Quirrell what hocus pocus he was, right? What hocus pocus he had put in the school. Right? Somewhere at the end there. Anyways, I thought it's yeah.
An owl who, you know perfectly well what I mean. An owl hooted. Harry nearly falls out of the tree. He steadies himself in time to hear Snape say, "You're a little bit of hocus pocus, I'm waiting."
Yeah.
I don't...
So, right. That's okay. So, I just wanted to point that, like, there are a couple of things that don't really make sense to me throughout the series. One thing was, I could see Vernon calling magic hocus pocus as, like, an insult.
I don't think he's calling his magic,
Hocus pocus.
But I think he's meaning, like, you basically skirting around the topic, like, and putting up this front.
Well, no, he's saying, like, what hocus pocus did you, like, your hocus pocus now, like, what your part in protecting the stone? Because he knows he has a part in it, and that's the only one that he doesn't know. Or something like that he can't get past.
Oh. I took it more like he's basically calling him out, like, alright, this front you got? Because right after he says, we'll figure out where your loyalties lie. So, like, that comes off to me like he's questioning, like, you know, this hocus pocus nonsense that you're coming up with that you got everybody else believing. Not me. I know something's up.
See, I don't know. Because he's
That's
also
how I take
talking
it,
about how you found out how to get past that beast of Hagrid yet. And then he says, but Severus, you don't want me as your enemy, Quirrell. You know perfectly well what I mean. So he's talking about the, like, getting past to the Sorcerer's Stone, getting past Fluffy and the other things.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you're right, but if you're right, then I take this back. But I took it as him asking him for his, like, you're a little bit a part of the thing, the whatever you call that. I don't know what you would call that. The magic to guarding the stone.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, it's just weird how wizards sometimes, and it's not the only case, sometimes wizards will do that. I don't have any examples right now, but I will come up with some throughout our podcasting. But it's weird how they do that, where they, like, insult themselves, kind of. Like, if I was a wizard and somebody called my magic hocus pocus, I'd be like, that is literally a muggle term that don't describe fake magic.
Right.
So, I don't know. You could be right. I think
that's why I said, like, because, like, hocus pocus, like you just said, hocus pocus is kind of being, like, fake magic. And, like, it kind of seems like Quirrell is being fake. And Snape's calling him out, like, dude, this fake nonsense, dude, I'm not about it.
I don't know.
You can fool everybody else, but you can't fool me.
I don't know. It's just weird. I don't really know what to make of it. It's just weird.
It could be.
So, anyways, the only last thing I had real quick is I wanted to pull up a little bit of a fact file on Nicholas Flamel right quick. Just because we finally learned that he is, the one, and the chapter is literally named Nicholas Flamel. So I just wanted to go over a little bit about him.
And we did just get to see him in Crimes of Grindelwald.
We did, yes. So, Nicholas Flamel, he was born between 1300 and 1326. But we should know his birthday, shouldn't we? Because it was...
Well, it's been 600 and something years, so...
But that Nicholas Flamel is celebrating his 600 and something birthday. Doesn't it, somewhere?
Right, but they don't know specific...
It's in that chapter somewhere. Whatever. It does say something. I don't know. I will...
He's old.
Yeah, he's old. He's born in the 1300s, but early 1300s.
He's about 600 some years old.
He dies between 1992 and 1996. We're not 100% sure when, but he's aged between 665 and 696 years old. He was married to somebody. I can't freaking think of her name.
He had a wife who was actually older than him.
I'll find it, but give me a second here. So going through his life, just gonna run through this real quick. He was born in the early 14th century. He attended Beauxbaton, which is really interesting.
Well, everybody assumes that that's an all-female school, but
it's interesting that a big character like that, because you don't really hear about. You hear about Victor Crumb and Durmstrang. You hear about obviously Harry Potter. You don't really hear about big names at Beauxbaton. So,
for decor.
Yeah, but she's not a big. I mean, she's the only reason she's even known is because she got chose for Travis Tournament. But Victor Crumb's an international.
Charlie.
Bill. What the hell?
Yeah,
but Bill's not some famous guy. I'm saying Victor Crumb's famous, Harry Potter's famous.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that he came from Beauxbaton because you don't hear about famous people coming from Beauxbaton yet.
But his name does sound French. Flamel.
Nicholas Flamel. Maybe. I don't know what that sounds like. Sure, we'll go with that. Either way, he was from France, so it is French.
Flamel seems like a French name.
And there he met Perenelle. That's her name of his wife, Perenelle. His future wife, Perenelle Flamel. Perenelle Flamel. So later, they both founded the Academy's Chateau and Grounds.
Chateau.
They later funded both the Academy's Chateau and Grounds. I don't know what that is. And the fountain on the ground was named after the couple. Okay. Was named after the couple from all. He became a noted alchemist, and he was.
Did they have kids?
He was an opera lover, apparently. He created Philosopher's Stone so that he could extend his life. In 1762, he was seen in a Parisian opera house. In the 1890s, he came into contact with Albus Dumbledore. Oh, here we go. Here's some. Now, if you've seen Crimes of Grindelwald, you'll recognize this, and if not, then this might be new to you. But I don't think it's gonna give any spoilers away. Might have actually. Yeah, it is gonna give. So here's a little bit of. Should we do it? Crimes of Grindelwald spoiler. It's about to be on. It's already on.
I feel like most of our listeners.
Yeah, it's already. The digital copy is already out. It's going to be a DVD soon. So here comes a little bit of Crimes of Grindelwald spoiler. Again, if you don't want to hear it, fast forward 30 seconds. So he was living in Paris in 1927, where he met Magizoologist Newt Scamander and the Nomad Jacob. The latter mistook him for a ghost. That's funny. He was informed through a crystal ball about Grindelwald and his followers of the strange mausoleum. He goes there and basically stops Grindelwald from killing everybody. Still kills a lot of people, but he does a counter spell that gets rid of his
Fiend Fire.
Fiend Fire looking thing. I forgot what it's called. Doesn't say it here. This says unleash. Oh, Prodiga Diabolica to destroy Paris. He was trying to destroy Paris, and Grindelwald saved Paris. Nope, Flamel saved Paris. Put it that way. And then he died in Great Britain
soon after
the
this
90s.
book.
Yeah.
Soon after the events of this book took place.
He said it was like going to bed after a very, very long day. So, some of his magical abilities and skills.
So he must have come back as a ghost. If they know about that.
Well, no. I think he just said it's like when he was discussing it with Dumbledore's death. He's like, it'll be like going to bed after a very, very long day because it had a long ass life.
Yeah.
A long life. So some of his abilities and skills include alchemy. He's a potioneer. Defense against the dark arts. Dueling. By 1927, he claimed that he had not seen action in about 200 years. Okay. He was an elemental magic mastery, divination, wandless, and non-verbal magic. He was skilled in both. Social networking, and a bilingualist. So he spoke French and English.
Which, he probably spoke other languages, yeah. But, considering he lived for 600 years.
So, that's all we really have about him. There's a bunch of information. I'll post the wiki link on my the Hedwigs Army Twitter page. If you want to check out the information on Nicholas Flamel, this is from the Harry Potter wiki. Yeah. And I think that's all I have.
That's all I got.
That's all you got? That's all I got?
Next week.
Well, let's do some plugging real fast. Guys and gals, anyone listening, thank you guys so much for supporting the podcast. We're truly sorry that it's been a little erratic from the get-go. Working full-time, I do about 15 to 18 hours streaming a week, live streaming. Me and Trevor, we live close, but he's married with a life, I'm married with a life. We try our best to get together every weekend. Sometimes it doesn't work out. We're going to continue striving and trying our best, and anytime we can have to miss a week, we'll definitely make it up to you. But we apologize for any inconsistency and that we're not going to try to go more than a week or two without posting at least a bonus episode. We've been discussing some bonus episodes that if for some reason we're not able to record, me or Trevor may be recording bonus episodes and throwing them out for you guys. Just mini little episodes just to give you guys something throughout the week. But thank you guys for your support. A couple plugs. If you want to contact us, you can send us an email at hedwigsarmypodcast@yahoo.com. You can find us on Twitter at Hedwigs_Army, Instagram at Hedwigs Army. We have a Hedwigs Army Facebook group. You can find us anywhere on there. Don't think I'm missing anything. Matter of fact, how about you just go to right now, stop what you're doing, go to a computer, go to www.hedwigsarmy.com. You can do anything there. You can contact us. You can check out our episodes. You can answer our question of the week. You can find our Discord server and join that because that's good. That's really cool. Something we're getting started up and it's live right now. You can find out how to join the invite link on that page. Also, if you really, really, really want to support the show and you want to help us upgrade our microphone, our sound system, you want to help us get soundproofing equipment, you want to help us get a new laptop so that we can move to my basement and just set it up down there because that's our goal. If you want to help us get new software, anything like that, if you want to help support the podcast, you can do that. All you got to do is go to www.patreon.com/HedwigsArmy and you can become a patron. And on top of supporting us, you get perks. You get bonus perks for being patrons from anywhere from bonus episodes, mentions. You get every month. You get mentioned every episode. For one of the tiers, you get really cool. You can get pins. I mean, anywhere from $1 to $10 a month. You can select a tier as little as $1 a month. Help us out. Give us $1 a month, and all it really does for us is help us upgrade our equipment to get better content to you guys and more efficiently too. The more money, if we can get a laptop and get on the go, we don't have to sit in my room and record. I can go to him and record. It'll be a lot, a lot more
easy,
beneficial to us. So as little as $1 a month, and like I said, you get access to bonus episodes on our Discord and all those good, amazing things to stay up to date with us. So if that sounds good to you guys, please make sure to do that. Also, the biggest and most important thing that we ask, and it'll take literally 30 seconds to a minute of your time. We've been recording this episode for an hour and 2 minutes, and we're about to record another episode. If you just give us a minute of your time, log into iTunes and leave us a rating or review, that'd be amazing. We're trying to grow the podcast so that we just got approved for our first advertisement, which is going to be taking effect soon. It's not going to really do much for us at the moment, but it's just cool to have, and if you want us, if you want to support us and you can't do money, the biggest thing you can do is the iTunes review so that we can get these advertisements and they can pay us their money. So you don't got to pay us your money, And just it'll take a minute and it would be so much. It means so much to us and it'll help us raise up the charts. Getting up those iTunes charts are the most important thing. So that's all I have for this week.
All right.
That's our plugs.
Preparing for next week, which will be chapter 14. Norbert, the Norwegian Ridgeback.
And when he says next week, he means after we're done. Once we hit the stop button, we're going to hit the record button again. Alright, guys. Thank you guys very much. Make sure, like I said, to check out the previous episode, which is a bonus episode about Sirius Black's motorbike. And make sure to check out our next episode that we'll be recording in a few moments, chapter 14, as she said. So thank you guys very much. And as always...
Until next time,
mischief
managed.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to help out the podcast, please head over to iTunes and leave a rating and review. Also, Please subscribe to the Hedwigs Army YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at Hedwigs_Army. If you would like to contact us, you can email us at hedwigsarmypodcast@yahoo.com or visit www.hedwigsarmy.com and head over to the contact tab. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Hedwigs Army.
Every great wizard in history has started out as nothing more than what we are now, students. If they can do it, why not us?